My name's Robert Morgan and we come from a company called Marine Easy Clean. What we've innovated is a way of enhancing nature to clean nature in waterways. The biggest problem you've got to understand in waterways is the breakdown of organic waste by bacteria. Now, in a good environment, bacteria do a great job of cleaning up organic waste, but when they get overloaded, they actually start causing problems because they're draining too much oxygen to develop that actual waste, and they're producing lots of natural toxins which are then feeding algae blooms. And you get your blue-green algae and all those. That is food source is from the breakdown of organic waste. So what our product does is it puts oil-eating microbes in to do that same job, and they do it faster, which makes it cleaner, and they don't require the oxygen. And that is the most important part, because without requiring the oxygen to eat organic waste, nature can naturally bring the oxygen back in for the fish and plants and the environment. We developed the product a little bit by accident. I actually developed non-toxic anti-fouling systems for the pearling industry because I actually worked for Blue Lagoon Pearls. This was back in 2000. I spent 4 years developing this product with no anti-fouling properties, but what we did was use wax, and we had to make the wax slippery instead of using toxins. So when microorganisms land on the wax, they actually slip off instead of using poisons on them. And how we did this is we used silly enough, an engine oil to make the wax slippery. When we went to go put it on the market, we had to show to the government that it was non-toxic to the environment. So to much my mate's horror, his prize fish tank, when he went away on holidays, I went and dropped a block of my product in there. He came back yelling and screaming, but the next thing his tank was staying clean. And we pulled the block out, the tank went dirty, and we put the block back in and the tank went clean again. And we were going, well, what have we done? From there, I put about 15 aquarium tanks into a little 1.5 metre by 1.5 metre garden shed in my backyard. I broke the product down because honestly, who would think oil was going to be causing the water to stay clean? And I went through the whole product, and there was only one thing left, and that was the oil. And the product did have problems at that early stages. Whilst it was working, it did leave brown stains in the water. And after a few years, we discovered that because of the microbes, we were giving them vitamin A, so we needed to give them a blend of hydrocarbons to actually make them work properly, vitamin A, B, C, D and E. And once we figured that out, we solved all the problems, and of course, this is the end product. And drop it in the water, walk away, and it does the job for nature, and well, makes nature do its job again. Oil-eating microbes are naturally in all bodies of water. There's just not enough of them there to make a difference to the environment. What we've discovered is they actually do eat organic waste better than any bacteria can. But without hydrocarbons, they can't breed in mass. So what our block actually does is it's putting the hydrocarbons in the water where it releases no hydrocarbons, but the natural oil-eating microbes can feed on this to breed in mass, and then they actually consume the organic waste. Our products, whilst needed in where organic waste is causing big problems, in a lot of cases we don't need it in the environment, because when I train my staff, I take them to good man-made lakes where they have reeds, the trees, your lawns going into it, and fish, and you've got your ducks and your birds, and you actually have a fully working ecosystem. And they only occasionally, if everything goes bad, you'll need our product to give it a boost. You then take them to another man-made lake that's got brick walls and everything around it, and it's got no natural ecosystem there. So naturally it's just going to fall apart if you haven't got an ecosystem. So what our product does in those cases is it puts the ecosystem back into the environment that hasn't got it. We've got a good market in the aquarium industry already. Ponds, koi ponds, people with koi ponds love our product. The swimming pools, we've got a lot of customers around the world using our product in swimming pools now. The big one is the treatment of lakes. One of the biggest, proudest moments since I've started this was cleaning lakes that birds were dying in, bringing them back to full wetland recovery so simply. and knowing that we can now do this to the rest of the world, your third world countries, any sewerage or waterways that have organic waste problems, we can treat simply and inexpensively. The biggest thing with any innovation is knowing it's not going to happen overnight. When you invent something, I have a new one on the go at the moment, it's 10 years before you're going to get it on the market, and there's no rushing way you can do it. And then once you get on the market, the next biggest thing is getting the right people on your team to make it work. As I might be an innovator, but I'm not a marketer. And that is the next important key. And being an innovator is sometimes letting go to other people to actually make your business happen.